All right, we're started.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Denise, and today is our second share from the Summer Success Program that the doTERRA Presidential Diamonds have been putting on, and we're just going to tag along with their information and add a little bit of our own to help support our leaders in our groups. And today, I believe we've invited like the big families, like a family reunion, right? We've got Remedy Blends group leaders. We've got, is it E? I get it messed up. Is it EHE?
Experience Health.
Experienced Health leaders, and the Happy Oilers, and our
And Katrina's group. I don't know what Katrina's group.
Katrina's group. Well, she's in intentional influencer. So there you go. That's a lot. You're all invited to my house this morning. So if you were at my house and we were going to have this conversation, I would say get your oils out, right? So today is Tangerine, Spearmint, and Lime Day. So get your oils out, pour yourself a little, not a cocktail, a beverage though, a little Pellegrino and some lime on ice, and then I would give you a little fresh basil and just give it a little bruise and plop that into your glass, and there you go. We can have a nice, cool, refreshing beverage this morning. So, and get your diffusers going. So we're all in the right attitude today. So what we're going to talk about this morning is inviting, presenting, and some support with BOGO. So last week, Presidential Diamond Sarah Jansen, I don't know if you guys know her, the Nesting Gypsy is her handle. And she is full of energy, full of very positive information, and very supportive. And I took some notes, and they're all sharing the new system. And it's actually not new. I guess it's just been revitalized, the Share Success program. So she was sharing information from the Share Guide, and I do agree with her. It's a great resource. And these people that are Presidential Diamonds now did not have any of these resources. So we have something at our disposal that's virtually free. If you don't want to pay, I think it's like $2 to get it in your back office. And if you get a pack, I think it's even $1 for 10. It's very inexpensive. Or you could download it for free if you didn't want to print it. So there's the virtual for free. And it really is a wealth of information for you to look at and to share with your builders. And one of the number one things that in any network marketing is, are you accumulating names for your names list? And I know Lorena has talked about it quite a bit, about your 100 names. And I know I was like, I don't even know if I know 100 people. But it doesn't matter if you know them now, you're going to meet people. And Sarah was sharing, you need to always keep that as a living document, adding people and maybe, taking somebody off that's not, you've spoken to them, you've approached them or something, but always keep that name list going active. You can do it, and you can do it old fashioned way and writing it down, that's fine. Or you can create a spreadsheet and write it down. So I think that's really important, because one of the number one things of network marketing is networking. If you're not networking, then you're not growing your base of potential people. And one of the things that she shared, which I definitely believe in, is you are out there to build relationships, not necessarily potential sales. You're not being salesy because you are making a relationship with someone, and you never know if they have a need or if they know someone that has a need. And you are, if it's a new person, you are making an impression. And, we all like to not be judged, but you give first impressions. So give them a good impression that you are a person that is here to help, you're a problem solver, and that you have remedies that you want to and can share with them. So I think you always need to be thinking of those lists. I know I'm always rolling them around. Not that I always actively look at that list, but the list is always rolling in my head all the time. Like, oh, I might meet that certain person, or they just introduced me to somebody, and share your contact information with them. I know cards get lost, people, in this modern time. You know, do you have a card? And you do have a card, but then ask for their card. And if you don't, you know, share your information on Facebook or however you feel comfortable, but get their information. Don't lose that opportunity to connect with them. You know, and ask them questions about what they do. You never know. It could be a potential new business partner for you and a venture. You never know how that can work out. And what Sarah was saying is, don't prejudge that relationship. Just start a relationship, start a conversation. See if you have something in common. You know, is there something that you could teach them? Maybe they could teach you. You know, you'll have a new experience. And, you know, maybe you'll just have a great time just meeting somebody new. The other thing is education and inspiration and adding value to your team. What education are you giving? Are you giving updated information and opportunities? We have more opportunities for learning doTERRA business than probably ever in its 10 years is right now. You have a system, it may work amazing for you, but that may not be something that resonates. Everybody's different on how they learn and how they feel comfortable. And our job, I feel, as a business person, is to get others to feel comfortable, to want to do this, and help them to be set up to the most success of their ability and to learn through those things. And education doesn't necessarily learning a new system. It could be learning from past mistakes. Like, oh, that seemed amazing, but that's not really working. And guess what? You are your own business owner. You can change. You don't have to stay in that lane. Put the blinker on, get in the right lane then, pass, get in the new lane. You know, you don't have to stay there. I think we get stuck sometimes. Like, well, but this is the way I like it. It's the way I like it. But maybe that's not the way Christy likes it. Christy doesn't like that. It's irritating her. She's giving me the roll eyes, you know? Like, so pay attention. Then do something different that will work for her. What inspiration are you giving everyone? I don't feel that we have to motivate people. We have to motivate ourselves. But I think you can be inspiring to become better, to do more, to step out of our comfort zones, and to be of inspiration of what this whole thing means. Like, what will you be someday? Will you be a diamond, or will you be happy being a gold? And that could be really cool too, right? Whatever your dream and your inspiration, I also feel like you should share that with your group. And with my business partner, Christy, I have shared that. I'm really, really passionate about domestic violence. So much that it could make me cry. I survived domestic violence. I am a generational survivor. And I have big dreams and hopes with my business to make an impact on my community. That's inspirational to somebody. So your inspiration is your own unique part of you. That is who you draw into your life and who you attract. So inspiration can mean lots of things, okay? And that's what I love the English language. You can look up at the dictionary a definition of something. It's not one. It's not one. It's many. I love that. Lorena's over there laughing at me. I love the dictionary. I'm sorry. I used to read the dictionary when I was young at to get away from my domestic violence. I used to go to the library and read the dang big old thick, like, give me allergies of dictionary. Loved it. Loved that book. It was amazing. So add value. Add value to your group. Don't waste people's time. There's nothing worse than sitting through some boring damn thing. You're like, oh God, I may not drink, but I'm not gonna start, right? They're not getting you going here. So add value, make people want to come back. Make them like, I cannot wait until I see Denise again because she adds value. She does not waste my time. And she gives me inspiration and she educates me. Be that person. Be that person that somebody cannot wait until, oh my gosh, we have our call this week. I can't wait until we can collaborate. Make something amazing, right? So be that cheerleader. Be somebody amazing. Build trust. Build trust in your builders and build trust in your customer base. Because your trust then is transferred. The belief that you have in yourself, the belief you have in your team, the belief that we know, and this was a big one for me, you have to know doTERRA works. If you do not believe that this stuff works, we are selling snake oil. And that's some pretty damn expensive snake oil, girls, if you own all those oils, let me tell you. So you have to give that belief of trust that you know that these things work. doTERRA puts themselves out there. They have done an amazing job of not only to make these oils the very best. I mean, I remember when I first started, I kept thinking, what is this? Who's this Melissa chick I keep hearing about? And Lorena was like, you can't get it. You can't get it. You can't get it. I'm like, well, damn, quit telling me about something I can't have. Well, why couldn't we have it? Because of where it was growing. Okay, it didn't work out. They had a lot of flood problems and it wasn't sustainable. So what did they do? They took Melissa. Can you believe it now that we have it? They took it off the market. It was like 3 years before they brought it back. That's a company that has integrity. That is not a company that says, well, we can only produce 1,000 bottles and, now we'll charge $500 for it. They just took it away. They took it away because they knew it wasn't going to work. This is a company that fought a 5-year lawsuit and that stood their ground with integrity. So be confident in the belief that doTERRA knows what they're doing. They've got our backs. They don't want us to look foolish. So they're not going to look foolish. So believe in the company. It is a gold standard, top, give it a 10-star rating. It's an amazing company. So believe in it. And go with confidence when you share what you're sharing, because it has value. It's not, well, I hope it works. It kind of works. The only reason stuff doesn't work is because they will use it. They don't open the bottle, put it in the diffuser, do whatever, Be confident. Let's see. Yes, she also said you're a level 10 messenger because doTERRA is a level 10 company. Be a level 10 messenger. Be a level 10 business person. You have something unique. There's so many network marketing opportunities out there, you guys. Lipsticks, eyeshadow, cream, hair. Now they've got dang shampoo stuff, clothes, shoes. Who knows? I don't even know all of them. Thank goodness, because it'd make my head spin. Be confident that you are with doTERRA because it's consumable, right? That's the number one thing for network marketing is that it's a consumable product. I remember when I was scrapbooking, everybody wanted me to do that thing. I'm like, I don't even use the stuff I have, so I'm not consuming. This is consumable, and you can share it with anybody. You can share it with any human. If you're human on this planet, if you went to convention last year, those humongous black and white, gorgeous photos, I love photos, that will never leave my mind because there was so much diversification of age, of ethnicity, of job. They had a guy, this gorgeous, wrinkly, beautiful man who was an auto mechanic. He's a wellness person. He uses doTERRA. I mean, do you talk to your mechanic? Probably not. Well, he's got a stressful day. He's inhaling shit, fixing your car, fumes, oil. It's toxic. Man needs a break. I mean, how many mechanics have we talked to, right? I think about truck drivers. I do have a secret fantasy. I want to get diffusers in truck drivers' vehicles in their USB and get some lime, peppermint, spearmint. I'm serious. Why not? They're delivering our goods. Don't they deserve to have happiness and a better way of life? Why not? So, again, we're 10. doTERRA's a 10. You be a 10. Be confident. And if you're not confident, call me. We'll talk. You know how to find me on Facebook. You don't. You should pay attention then, right? Let's see, what else? When you are a place of service, you can never be salesy. That term salesy, if you're giving of service, you can never be salesy. It's when you're pushing something. And this gets said all the time, whether you have kids or not. Have you ever convinced somebody to eat something that they didn't really want, but you just want them to have a taste? Like, oh, come on, just one little taste. One little taste. If you don't like it, you don't have to have. I used to tell my kids, friends, if you try it and you faint, I'll take you to the hospital. I promise. But you won't die. I'm pretty sure my food won't kill you. That's a sale. You have negotiated something. That is a sale. Putting oils in somebody's hand, and say, just try this. I can see that you really need help. That's not selling. That's serving them. That is helping them. And who would not, in this day and age, we are so cold. We are so myopic in our thinking. What do I get out of it? And guess what? We do get out of it. We get to help somebody. Maybe you didn't sign them up, but you just did something for them. You just gave them that ray of sunshine of hope and opportunity for a solution in their life. And that's why doTERRA is different. And I've never done network marketing before, and I will never do anything else, because this is the most unique networking company ever. It's oils. It's a lifestyle that's healthy, that helps people. So just remember that oh, here's a good one. Yeah, I'm not very good at this one. I did write it down now. It's none of your business what other people think of you. What? I don't like that one. It's true though. It really is none of our business, because we can't convince them otherwise. So it's kind of wasted emotion, right? And all we do is feel bad about ourselves. And then what does that do? It doesn't do anything good. It's a waste of time, right? So inviting. Invite people to class or one-on-one. And one thing she did say, that if you're going to have a class and you're talking to somebody new, and you know your class is out at least say 10 days or more, then you better do a one-on-one, because nobody's going to wait for you for 10 days. It's like, boop, gone. Idea's gone. You lost them. And she said it happens to her. It happened to her at the beginning. It happens to all of us. So, if you're doing a merge, what I normally do is I make an appointment with somebody. Get your phone out and get them to get their phone out and make an appointment right then and there. Let's talk, or do it right then. You guys, if you're on this call, you're going to watch the replay. Every single one of you, I would be shocked if you didn't have an oil in your purse, or 2 or 3 or 4, or like me, I've got all the touch ones in my purse. I actually have done a class on the fly with my top 10 oils. In fact, it was BOGO last November. I had nothing. I didn't even have an enrollment page. I didn't have anything. I had rollerballs, you guys. I didn't even have here, have an experience. No, it was rollerballs. You guys can do that. You know your business. You know how to serve somebody. And if you have a phone, you can pull up doTERRA website right on your dang phone, like some modern technology. So don't procrastinate the opportunity because, well, I'm going to have a class. It is so formal, and this is normally what I do. Don't do that. Step out of your comfort zone. Like I said, if that right lane's not working out, pass. Get in the left lane. Do something else. It's okay. Don't lose an opportunity, because if you don't serve that person when you meet them, guess what? Somebody else is going to. And then you're going to find out about it, and then you're going to be all up in their grill. Well, I was talking to her. Well, but you didn't close the deal, right? Because you didn't say something. So just step up and be open to something that's not so conventional. And sometimes those are the best ones. Spontaneity is actually pretty fun. Group emails or text. I agreed with this, what she shared. Make it personal. Don't make a group text. I mean, would you respond if you're one of 25?
Don't ever group text me, ever.
No. And then what happens? It dings. Oh my gosh. I have friends that like, oh, you guys want to go to this? And the freaking thing, ding, 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 ding. And now I'm mad. I don't even want to go.
Did you know that you can set your phone, say no group text, but you can send it to one text to multiple people? They'll get individual text. And when they reply, it will come back as an individual text. I can do that on my iPhone. Anyway.
Well, you need to teach us.
Yeah.
I sit there, and if you need practice doing group invites individually, I do it on holidays. It's the weirdest thing. Like if I'm feeling kind of like on Mother's Day, I think I private messaged 20 women. I had one graphic. I private messaged every one of them to say Happy Mother's Day. And then I got responses back. It was pretty nice. So practice so that you are comfortable doing that. Make it simple, but don't make it mass email. Our world is nothing but mass conglomerate. It is not special. It is not unique. Do something that's unique. Make them believe that they are the only person that matters for you with this situation. Whatever it is that you're offering, do it individual. It's not going to kill you. I mean, if you can't do it all in one sitting, break it up. No, there's no rules. Just make it work. Yes. Yes, you have to do things you have never done to create the life you have never lived. How do you like that? Don't ask me who said it because I don't know. You have to do things you have never done to create the life you have never had, right? And you're building a business. Just remember that you're building a business, and rejection is going to happen, judgment's going to happen, but nobody's ever blown up. I mean, we all survived childhood, for God's sake. Right? I mean, come on. The other thing, I don't know if I got this right. You can say the wrong thing to the right person. I thought that was interesting. And you can say the right thing to the wrong person. You don't know. You just don't know, because we're not them. I just gave my Chinese son a lecture yesterday because his girlfriend wants him to mind read her emotion. I'm like, that is dangerous. Is your American mother girl? No, not girl. He's not a girl. I told him, stop that. That's exhausting. We're not mind readers. So you're not a mind reader. You don't know if you said the right or the wrong thing to somebody. But at least you tried. That's all you can do is try. So I do like that. I guess I did write it down right. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't, and the right thing to the wrong person. You just don't know. So at least give a try. She had some books, GoPro by Eric Worre, which Lorena, I believe, has, some of us actually, I think, have, like that on tape. You can get on tape. Beach Money. I haven't heard of this one. Beach Money. And Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Those were 3 books that she suggested. Okay, and then I listened to the conversation yesterday presenting, and I'm sorry, I could look it up. It's Betty somebody. Betty, not our Betty. Betty somebody else. Wonder if I can find it.
Kathy, what is her name? Betty?
Betty Torres?
No.
Torres. O-R-R, yes.
Ores?
No, T like Tom.
Oh, Torres. Like,
Yeah.
okay. So she has been a presidential diamond for 4.5 years. If you guys were at convention last year, she was the one that talked about the non-for-profit orphanage that she and another leader started. And she talked about presenting. And she said when she very first started, she did not want to do a class. She did not want to be front and center. She did not want attention brought on her. She did not know enough. And she said, this is back 9 years ago. There were no modern essential books. There was no oil life books, nothing. She said they had some kind of flip chart that they used, and they also had PowerPoint presentations. And she didn't know any of it. And she wasn't confident. And the day of her first class with her upline had a family emergency and couldn't go. So she had to go by herself. And she said it changed her whole life, and she had to read off the chart of the flip chart. And she said, I didn't even know what all these oils did. I did not have it memorized. And she said it was very nerve-wracking, but she made it through. She presented in front of 12 people, and they all signed up. And she said the reason she feels they signed up is that she was authentic. She was who she was and said outright, I don't know everything, but I'm going to give you what I know. And she couldn't even say, well, look it up, because apparently they couldn't do that then. And the other thing is that she talked about the word presenting. Like, oh, I already liked her because she likes to look up words. I like to look up words. Presenting, what she shared, and I believe this, is you're presenting yourself to a class or to a one-on-one. You are presenting doTERRA. You are presenting the oils, and it is you. They obviously said they would come to the class or to the one-on-one because of you. You are important. So you are showing up. You are presenting yourself. Because if they don't like you, they're not going to listen to a dang thing you say about those oils. They're going to just kind of be, fussing around and waiting for it to be over, but you are presenting yourself. So be who you are and be the best of who you are. I thought that was really very cool. And she said to give your story. Your story means something to everybody, and it may mean different things to different people, but to share your story on how these oils have helped you or how a product has helped you, and to really give that testimony of why doTERRA? Because we have competition. I mean, we may not like it, but we do. We have lots and lots of competition. And what makes you and your group different? You know, what are you doing that somebody else isn't doing? So that was it in a nutshell for about an hour of conversation with her. Not a lot. And her books that she suggested, we all know about, the Emotion book, the yellow one. That one, she also, of course, my favorite, Desiree's I Am Fabulous book. And then the other one I saw on Oil Life, but I don't know about it. It's another emotion book. So she was really into the emotion part of the books, which after you've gone through any of Desiree's courses, you're kind of ruined by anybody else's interpretation of emotions. It's just not going to work out too well for you. So my last part that I want to share today is BOGO. And we're day 2, BOGO. And I'm sure all of you have shared in your groups of the what to do before BOGO. And I want to talk about the middle, where we are kind of right now, and the after part. But just to recap, the before is the invitation. Be ready, right? Be ready with whatever your medium is, whatever you contact your people with. I have a ton of people that are not on Facebook, and so mine are texting, or if they like an email. So you just have to decide, know your audience. That is your job, to know who your audience is. And a bunch of people I know in these groups just did a spoil event. If they did not sign up, now is the very, very most perfect time to circle back and say, you know, I really know that you enjoyed the spoil event, and I just wanted to circle back with you. There's another opportunity that came up, and we call it our BOGO, and it would really be a great time for you to get started with your oils and then see if they're open to a conversation. I love talking. I did not grow up with cell phones attached to my ear. I love to talk to people and to see if, you know, is there a time that we can talk, and to see what you can set up and make it personal, and you know, honor their time that they're giving to you. And then the offer, you know, what is the special? What are they getting? And why do they need those oils? So, and there's graphics. Boy, everybody is so generous these days on their graphics, and a lot of people are not watermarking them, so you could use them again on your own. One thing today, I watched the Dana Moore Tipster Tuesday, and one thing that she shared, which I'm like, ooh, I'm doing it right. I was so excited, like, yay, Denise. 6:30 in the morning, you're already doing something right. So on your phone, instead of copying and pasting an image, what happens is these images, Facebook codes them. And if you copy and paste, and then you put that in your post, they look at that as spam because it's the same code. So she said people have actually lost their post because it's been taken down or buried. So the way that you work around that is do what I do, which is you screenshot it and save it to your roll, and then that has a new code that's unique. So it's first time, right? I love that. Hey, at our age, we need to renew all we can do, right? So there you go. You're renewing the image. Then I text that image to my leaders to use. And then it's new again, and then they can use it. And that one will not be taken down. So screenshot. And iPhones, any of our phones, you know, it screenshots the whole thing, and then you're gonna have to tighten it up, give her a little haircut, little trim, and then save it. And I actually have a doTERRA folder on my iPhone that I save my images in, so that way I can go in there very quickly and send those to people. So yeah, so the offer showcased the special, and we're looking for 2 people. Customers, we already know we have customers, and they're going to order it on their own, which is awesome. It gets them to engage in LRP. It gets them engaged their back office, like, oh, I have to. It's a little tricky with especially people that are new. If you guys enroll people in the last 2 months and maybe they're not really reordering, it might be tricky. You might have to be a little patient, no rolling the eyes, but help them because it's tricky. Put your order in, get them to that 50 PV, and then it says the date of the next month, and they don't know it's hit process now. So you're going to have to give a little bit of patience and teach them it is processed now. Or if they are, I've had some people reach out and like, they have an LRP, should they do a second one? Yes. And then I remind them that they need to delete that at the end of the, on Saturday, they can delete that whole template of that second LRP. What we really want to grow our business is to enroll new people this week. And the opportunities of oils, well, Lorena and I counted 7, but now they just jacked our number up. Today it's 8 because they, who knows what they're going to do. So the opportunity of oils, if they sign up this week, today, any day this week, they're going to get even more for their value. So the value, and I am really frustrated with people complaining, like, oh, we don't get shipping. They should give it to us free. You get your points back, you guys. So don't let people be all negative because they don't understand it. Just stop that. It's ridiculous. You get your points, your shipping back in points. And if it's a new enrollment, they couldn't do an LRP this month anyways, but if you do it when they sign up, they're going to get all those extra oils. So it's like BOGO, in Las Vegas, like, woo, keep rolling, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. Goodies all around, right? So that's the invitation and the offer. The offer also is in your tribe. What are you guys giving away? Lorena's giving away, Dr. Elizabeth is giving away. I'm not sure about you other 2 beautiful ladies, Jane and Betty.
Kathy's giving away.
Kathy's giving away. So, that's something to talk about. That way they get to understand that you have a tribe. You have this amazing resource. They get to kind of court you and see what you're all about. You're giving free education, you have excitement, and you have prizes, right? So you're fun. You guys are entertaining, and you have excitement to use these oils, and bonus, you get a free prize. I mean, who doesn't want a free prize? Everybody wants a free prize. And the education. That way they get to fill you out. They get to see what you're all about, that you're going to give education. You're going to give resources on these oils, on how to use them. I think BOGO is, it's a great opportunity. I know it's scary because it's out of our comfort zone and it gets a little manic, but it's a great time to reach back out to your customers and your potential ones that you were talking to. And then the last thing there, I have follow up with customers from BOGO. Check in on them next week. How are you doing? Check in when they're going to get their oils and ask them, are you enjoying those oils? Do you have any more questions? Or do you need any, follow through on how to use them? Remind them. Because if they're not in the business, let me tell you, I know people like, oh, I have oils and they're in my dang drawer. Get them out. I mean, I have them in little trays and throughout my house where I use those oils. Get them to use them. Get them to have them out and remind them, that lime is really great in your water. Just small little things that you can trigger their mind on why they need to use these oils on a daily basis. And plan right now. It's Tuesday. Start planning what you want to do for next week. I was thinking today it might be fun to do an ebook with the oils from this week. It could be as simple as using the images that you're posting up. It could be some diffuser blends, rollerball blends, recipes, something easy. It could be a 2-page ebook that you will then email your new people. It doesn't have to be next week, but it could be the following week because it's kind of crazy. But, you know, do something to follow up that makes it special, that they stepped out and that they signed up with you and that they bought these oils, because they're going to have all these new oils in their hand and we want them to use them and not have buyer's remorse. There's nothing worse than buying something. You're like, well, now I have it sitting there and I don't know what the heck to do with it, because it's on the forefront of our mind. With these oils, we have the books, resources, and we have the attitude that we already know these oils work and are amazing, but we need to remind them, why the heck did I do that BOGO thing? Oh my gosh, they're sitting here and I don't even know what the heck to do with them. Why did Denise tell me to buy this? We have to remind them why. It's our job. That's the follow-up of the sale, is the education and inspiration, right? So do an e-book, or just we could post things up in our groups. Like, hey, you guys all got your BOGOs. You know, how are you guys using them? Maybe we could do a graphic, post it up in our tribes. Now that you guys got your BOGOs, not maybe next week, the following week, so they get the last week of July. I believe we have another week, right? Yes, the 30th, 31st. But maybe we could put a graphic in there. All those that bought BOGOs, how are you guys using your BOGOs? You know, just ask them, engage them. Like, how are you using them? What's your favorite one? Which one haven't you cracked open yet? I know you haven't cracked them all open yet, because they might feel guilty. You're like, oh, I have all these oils, but open them up, smell them, use them. There's little fun things that maybe we can all collaborate with to get them excited to use those oils, so that next time we have BOGO, I think if we give good education on this BOGO this week, that next time they're going to be like, oh yeah, it's fun. And we get all this education. It's not just a, you know, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, bottom, and it's all been nice knowing you. That is our opportunity. I know, that's not a good saying. I know, I should take that back. Can you edit this? Rewind. You know, I think it's a really good opportunity. And with builders that are afraid to get in front of the camera, they don't want to do something, maybe collaborate with them on that continuing education. Get them to say, okay, why don't you take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and come up with some ideas outside the box that we've discussed on how to use these oils. You know, get them engaged in wherever their comfort zone is. And if we've got these learners, you know, give them a dang book. Get that book out or Google it and come up with some other ideas how to use these oils besides just this quick little synopsis, because, you know, we all have short attention spans. Let's go a little deeper. What can we give our customers so that they look forward to using those oils and they really do use them? And then what I want to leave you with is that Lorena said she thinks it's funny. I always have analogies, and I guess that's just how my brain works. It wasn't a strength finder, though. I don't know what that is in strength finders. It has to be something, because I do it all the time. So this morning I was getting ready for you guys to, you know, blow drying my hair, and I was looking down at my clothes. And mind you, I do have a fashion design degree, but I've always loved fabric. And I looked down at a black tank top and black house pants. They're both black, right? So black goes together. Black on black. I love black. But I looked down and my black pants were a gray based black, and my black tank top was a blue based black. They did not go together. I would not go out of this house with that. Oh, those two black did not work out. So what my analogy is, we are all doTERRA together. We are all doTERRA together. However, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes here. We are all uniquely different. We all have our own spin on life, our own background of how we came to this place. We all have our own fears. We all have our own strengths. We all have our own inspirations and goals. So you are unique, and who you resonate with is unique to you. Like, who thinks Betty is amazing might think I just talk too much and they are so annoyed by me. But Betty, they love Betty. She is a beautiful, soft spirit that they just can't wait to sit and talk with Betty, right? And Jane, her, you know, she sings. I can't sing worth shit. I try. It's not good. I've tried a couple times. I think I sing muted. That's the way I'm going to sing. Mute. Lip sync. I'm great at that. Ooh, I'm a great car dancer too, Jane. Great car dancer. But, you know, people might want to be around the singer. Or Lorena, she cusses. You know, people like cussing. People like whiskey at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't drink whiskey. Sometimes, but not very much, right? And I'm an occasional cusser. Who cares? We all are unique, and we bring in the people that we bring because of who we are, and be proud of who you are. We've spent a dang lifetime getting here. So be proud of who you are, and the struggles that you have and the struggles that you will have makes you unique. And you don't know if your struggle isn't going to help somebody because you've learned it, and you can share that. And so be proud of who you are. God made only you. You're the only one that's you. So be proud of who you are and share that with your team and your customers, because I know all of you well enough that you're all amazing, and I'm proud of all of you, and I wish you a fabulous BOGO. And those that are coming to convention, I can't wait to, because I'm a hugger. I'm gonna squeeze on all ya. I'm a hugger and a crier. So that's it. That's all my share. Lorena might want to jump in and say something I forgot.
I'm sure I do.
Okay.
I wrote down some notes on a few things. So just highlighting some of the things that you already said, and I wanted to add a couple things to it. I didn't want to jump in and interrupt. I watched myself this time.
Oh, good girl.
So business cards, you know how you're saying people lose business cards, you don't have it, you don't get their contact, that just things happen. Have a virtual business card on your phone. Like, you can create one, take a picture of your business card, right? And then save it on your phone, and then say, hey, I don't have any on me, but I have one that I can text it to you. And what happens is now you have their contact information when you send them your virtual card. Okay.
That's a good idea.
All right. You talked about plateauing, right? People plateau, what are they doing? One of the things I really want everybody to be mindful is when this happens to you, it's not the other people around you, it's you. So change what you're doing. Don't try to change what everybody else is doing, okay? Because typically it's really you that's plateaued, and now you have to rethink what you're doing and change that, okay?
Change lanes. That's what I say.
Yep,
Change.
totally.
Put the blinker on, get in that left lane, boom, get back.
Yeah. And it might you just need to pass somebody, right? On that lane, and then back you're doing your same thing and rocking it again.
Yeah. Don't be a tailgater.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is you're talking about serving and really being 100% doTERRA, right? So be the product of the product. You can't share something you aren't using. You can't share everything about doTERRA if you yourself are not using the products.
Yes.
All the time, every day. Get on the supplements. Try the supplements. I mean, at least do it, right? You can't share information to somebody if you know nothing about it. Or now you're trying to sell them something. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
And several of the leaders, I noticed the bigger presenters that are doing things. I think Sarah Jensen also said, like, when one day she's used 20 doTERRA products. That could be a fun little game internally. Like, how many doTERRA products did you use today?
Yep.
And then we could be inspired by, oh, you know what? I kind of forgot about that somebody else is using. Like, just for the leaders, keep us inspired. Because how can you talk about something if it's sitting there?
Exactly. Inviting, you were talking about, not everybody's on Facebook, not everybody's all that. But what you can do, I always create a text image. So I'll text them something, right? Because it's personable. Then I'll send them a picture of my invitation, because a lot of people like that. They're visual people. So you can create that, like word swag, super easy. They have pictures there. Take a picture yourself of a doTERRA product, keep a little space that's clear, and then you can put your wording right into it. And then it's, the time, the day, and the place, right? And then you were talking about, what was it? Saying the wrong words to the right people and the right words to the wrong people. Again, that's assuming too. We say things to somebody because we think they're going to do something and then they don't. And then when you don't say those words to that other person, then they're going to do it, right? So don't assume a sale on anything or an opinion, right? Just say it the same way you would say it to anybody else, and then it's an opportunity for everybody to say yes or no to. The books, I love the books. I have not read 2 of those. GoPro I have, okay? But Leaders Eat Last, I just got that.
I heard about that too.
Yeah, so I've been hearing lots and lots of good reports on that one.
Yeah.
And I like Simon, so I'm really been listening to him a lot lately, and so I'm eager to read that book. So if you've read that book, please share with us what your thoughts are on Leaders Eat Last. I can't remember the last saying to that. There's more to that book, but Leaders Eat Last, and you'll know exactly what that is. So here's what happened with BOGO for me yesterday. Most of you know I've been in a 3-month slump of not enrolling anybody, right? And that's been really hard, but I've been working through that for myself because of my whole ego thing. And anyways, the reason I got a sale yesterday is because I mentioned Serenity as a routine treatment that I did with my 2 boys, and I put it in fractionated coconut oil, or the lotion is what I shared, and the body butter, and I would massage them with them, and we would have this conversation at nighttime, right? This bonding conversation, and then they would drift off to sleep. And this man saw this on Corey's page. He reached out to Corey because he thought his wife would be interested in this. So the wife came onto my page and made a comment that she would like to get it. Then we talked, and then I was able to upsell her some things. And it looks like today she got today's BOGO as well. So just be mindful. Again, you just don't know who your audience is going to be and what you say. So those words are super important. And how I shared a story that I utilized it with my routine, it sparked somebody else's interest. Instead of me going, this helps with sleep, okay? You can just put it in a diffuser, rub a little bit on you, you'll go to sleep. But because I took it a next step and talked about another way of using it, not on myself, but children, all right? I loved, that is completely true, when you save an image and then you just utilize it again, as long as you edit it. All you have to do, even if you save it, but you edit it in any way, it creates something completely new. So that's why I'll lighten it, right? I'll lighten the color. I'll add a little word onto it. Maybe I will put remedy blends right on it, right? But it just changes everything.
Well, she said Facebook actually codes it.
Yeah. So, but once you edit, it'll take care of that coding. Yeah. You can tell your newbies that enrolled within this month, if they do BOGO, that they will be eligible for half shipping back in points. Okay. Don't make that so known for everybody. Just use the word newbie. Okay. Because then other people won't really pick up on that. You can just say, if you're new this month and you can't get on the LRP, like everybody else is utilizing, the cool thing about all the newbies in this month is that if you ordered on that standard order of the BOGOs, you will be eligible for half the shipping back in points. So just another way to get them not complaining that they're not getting any points back. Okay. I love the ebook idea. I mean, I really, really like that idea a lot.
That's my shampoo.
Yeah.
I always get inspiration when I take a bath. That's my best in the shampoo.
Yep.
Like, oh, why can't we do an ebook? We could.
Yep, and you can use that 3 different ways, right? We have a lot of people that are on Facebook. You can upload it to a file, right, in your group. Like, here's the BOGOs from July. Here's an ebook, it'll show up in the main page, so you can still talk to people about it. Obviously, you can email them the ebook, right? Or if you put it up in a Google Doc, you could just text them the link, because some people just like a quick click, let me get to it, you know, and then they can download it and save it to their Google Doc, right? You can have that available for them to be able to download it and save it for themselves. You just save it as a PDF. That way they won't change anything if you didn't want to. So
yeah. The other thing, just hearing you reiterate that thought, is if somebody didn't get the BOGOs and they have buyer's remorse, oh, I didn't get it, and they forget, like, oh, what were the BOGOs? The ebook could spark LRP going forward. Like, what were those oils again? And then we're giving education on it, so it could translate to further sales down the road for those that didn't, for whatever the reason is. So it's to me, it's a win-win thing. It just takes time to do it.
yeah, and I wouldn't put too much time into it to make it like
oh no.
looking. I would just give some really great little highlights, how to use it, you know, the 3 ways. You can put it in a veggie cap, you know, you can use it with your fractionated coconut oil or maybe the body butter, and also you can put it in your or make a roller ball and then make them a blend, right? Show them like 2 different blends to help with this and this. Then move on to the next thing. Because what they can do is they can always ask questions later. This keeps that conversation. If you give everybody like all this information, then they feel like, oh, she's giving me all this, so I don't have to ask her anything, you know, too. So just enough where yeah, there you go. See, I knew you'd have something to say. I thought that was great. Did anybody else have any other questions or input on what Denise shared? I thought she gave a really great presentation.
You know, that's why I make the big bucks. Gotta earn my keep, man. Kicked off at the Remedy Blends tribe. Woo!